Hello, Appleton Area School District. I am Healthy Chef Shell, Chef Shelly Platten here in the Fox Cities, and welcome to another cooking video. This time we're doing our summer series, and today we are going to be featuring innovative zucchini recipes because, as you know, before you know it, there's going to be zucchinis lining on your doorstep being given to you as door prizes, and all of a sudden the own zucchini in your garden may be going absolutely bonkers, giving you bushels of zucchini. So we're going to do two great recipes today that aren't zucchini muffins. These are going to be recipes you can use zucchini in, and we are going to be making them into ribbons and sauteing them with lemon and garlic and shrimp and making a delicious, fast, easy skillet dinner. And we're also going to be doing zucchini fresh corn cakes and a tomato lovely pico de gallo that you can spoon over the top. So two very, very easy recipes to feature in your family's summer rotation of easy dishes. And to get started, let's get our skillet going. And we got our little oven going here. Now, get a little oil in here to saute. We have olive oil. You can use, what do we got here? Avocado oil is another healthy oil to use if you're not using olive oil. Those are two great choices. Coconut oil also works. Refined coconut oil doesn't have the coconut flavor or scent. So something to think about when sauteing. I'm going to get some veggies, and we'll talk more as I get my veggies ready here. We are going to be doing a green zucchini and a yellow summer squash. They're both summer zucchini type family squash. And what we are going to do is simply trim off the ends of the zucchini. And then we're going to make ribbons with those. Pretty easy, right? But while we're making those ribbons, let's get the first part of our dish sauteing. And that is going to be sliced up green onions and diced red bell pepper. So let's get those green onions sauteing and some bell pepper. And we want to get those softened up a little bit, because this is something that comes together really quick. This is one of those nice fast dinners because shrimp cooks quickly, the zucchini ribbons cook quickly, and this pepper and green onion mixture will also saute up quickly. So this is get your stuff ready ahead of time type of recipe, which makes your cooking really stress-free and easy to do. And that way you can have things going and ready on the table before you can get a drink mixed and out on the deck and ready to relax. So let's get our zucchini cut into ribbons here. You can use one of those spiralizers like on a ribbon setting if you have one of those. Otherwise, we're going to use good old vegetable peeler. And you're just going down the zucchini like that and making ribbons. Expect one or two to go on the floor. It never fails. And I'm just going to go round and round and get those ribbons off until we're down to like the seedy core of the zucchini. And this is not the time to use the baseball bat, hard as a wooden block type of zucchini. You want them that they're still tender, okay? You don't want to use something that's like so ridiculously tough and leathery that you wouldn't want to eat it, because you need a relatively nice tender zucchini to make these taste good. So you're just going around and getting those ribbons off of there. Real easy, right? You just end up with these kind of flat zucchini ribbons. And we'll do the same on the yellow squash. If you're not familiar with who I am, or you haven't seen our other cooking videos, I have a chef business here in the Fox Cities. So I'm just going to go around that yellow squash now. And I do wellness for different corporations and companies. I work with people in their homes doing private lessons, or I just did a bridal shower last weekend for a group that wanted a vegetarian bridal shower. I do very health-focused things, but I also make outrageous chocolate dessert too. So I like moderation, I like variety. And besides working with individuals and companies, I'm also an adjunct instructor at Fox Valley Tech. See, we just got the core left in that yellow squash too. Give these a stir. So now, as an adjunct instructor at Fox Valley Tech, I also teach, and we just finished up a full school year in person and summer school. We just finished up a 6-week summer school mini semester with my Appleton Central High School students. And I'm proud to say 4 of them graduated with 7 dual college and high school credits. And another one of them, I know 2 are graduating from high school altogether. So my birdies are leaving the nest, but they have some wonderful cooking skills under their belt, some real basic life cooking, and possibly culinary school in the future. So Lots of fun there. Now see, we got this nice and soft but not mushy, right? We just want this tender. What I'm going to do is get those out of the pan here. And now, just a dab more oil. And now we're going to throw these squash ribbons in here because this goes really quick. Like I said, this is like 1, 2, 3, it's done. So these squash ribbons, if you want, you can cut them a little bit if you want them much smaller, but they're not outrageously long unless you're peeling a 2-foot long zucchini. If you are, maybe then you might want to cut them a little bit down. But this is, talk about quick. We want to get these cooked really fast here. These yellow and green squash zucchini, or if you do all green zucchini, that's fine too. Just kind of toss them around in there, get them a little bit going in the heat, a little bit of that oil on them, and we're just looking to make them just tender. We are cooking these really short. I mean, this is what I say a fast dinner this really is. We don't want to cook them until they're mushy and wet and they're falling apart because then they're really unappealing. Speaking of unappealing, don't peel the zucchini either. Leave that good nutritious skin under. Wash them really well. And make sure you got any dirt or bugs off of there, or any, just peel off any, like, you know, scabby, bad, marked up parts of the skin. But the skins are really tender and have a lot of nutrition, so leave those skin on the zucchini. No problem with that at all. So those guys are tossing around in there. Cook up really quick. Who else do we have here? Let's bring the rest of the gang out here. Alright, we have some seasoning and some things here to use for our sauce. The sauce for these is super, super easy and quick too, because I'm not going to give you a long, complicated recipe here. So we have these zucchini ribbons, so you can see a lot of steam coming off. You hear a bunch of that excess water is just kind of steaming out of them. Don't cover them, let that steam out. That's going to help get some of that moisture out. And in the meantime, we also have our protein here. Now you could use strips of raw chicken would work. We are using shrimp today. I got a bag, it's like $6 at Aldi's, ridiculously cheap, about 12 to 16 ounces of raw shrimp. These are the kind that are not cooked. Well, you can use the cooked ones, but cooked ones are hard to use because they're good for like a cold pasta salad because they're already cooked. And shrimp only take a few minutes, so if you try to recook them with a sauce or in a dish, they turn out very rubbery and tough. So I almost always buy raw shrimp to start. So those are just about done already. Now when you get the shrimp, they should be deveined. In other words, cut down the back and that intestinal vein taken out of there. But they have the rest of their body still on there. See where the legs are? Grab that and pinch. And that shell comes off, and then right at the bottom of the little flippers here, pinch that, and then this whole part comes off, and it doesn't lose the tail meat for you. So that's how you do that. So one more time, where the legs are, pinch that, and that body shell comes off, and then right at the base of the little flippers here, pinch that, and the rest of it comes off, and you don't lose tail meat. So that is how you get your shrimp with the shell off. All right, we're getting a little color on the zucchini here. I don't want to get it mushier. So we're going to take the zucchini out and put that right back on the plate where those peppers and onions were from the first time. This goes really, really, really quick. I mean, it's ridiculously fast. All right, we got our shrimp here. What we're going to do is we're going to squeeze some fresh lemon and get about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice on here. And of course a seed went in there, never fails. All right, let's get another piece of lemon in there. Love the smell of fresh lemon. Oh, this is just the most inviting smell ever. We have a nice generous 2 tablespoons of lemon because this is the sauce for everything in this dish. And we want it light and we want it fresh. So this lemon juice, I'm pouring that over the shrimp. We are going to do 1 teaspoon of soy sauce. So you got that fresh lemon juice, a little bit of soy sauce. Now you can let this sit with the shrimp for like, 15-20 minutes if you're getting the rest of your recipe ready. But we're going to speed a little bit here because we want to get this in the pan right away. And you don't want to let it sit too long because that acid will literally cook the shrimp. You'll end up with ceviche. The acid in the lemon will actually cook the fish. So 10-15 minutes really is about all you probably should marinate this, otherwise you'll end up literally cooking the shrimp. One more wonderful ingredient to go in here. We want a nice generous, like 2 cloves worth of garlic. Why? Because garlic's wonderful and it tastes great with shrimp, and lemon especially is a nice flavor combo. So I'm using my hand because that's just such a handy kitchen tool. You may want to use a spoon to do this. But, all right, so that's ding, ding, ding. It's been sitting a little while. Now you want to get the shrimp in the pan and leave the juice behind in the bowl. So you can hear it's hot pan, right? You want the shrimp going in a hot pan. You do not want to put the shrimp in a cold pan, because why? You're going to end up steaming your shrimp and getting them mushy and not cooked really quickly, which we want quick here. Now, the recipe says spice. There are 2 different ways you can handle this. I'm leaving this on pretty high heat because I want this to get done quickly on high heat. I don't want this to sit a long time and stew and steam. I want it done quickly. Now, season it. You could use, like, this is a Cajun blend. Cajun, if you want a little more spice, like hot red pepper kind of spice, Cajun would be a fun blend. What I like using is Old Bay. I like sprinkling some Old Bay on the shrimp while it's cooking here. You have a little soy sauce in the marinade, which we're going to use up. So I'm going to sprinkle that Old Bay on there. Just as such a perfect seafood seasoning flavor. I think it really just works well with the shrimp. And some black pepper. And of course we got all that good garlic on there, so we got lots of flavor city going on here. Look at that shrimp now. It starts out really gray, and immediately you see the shrimp is getting kind of pinkish orange. It's no longer see-through, but it's now becoming very opaque. In other words, white. And it's curling up. So the shrimp really is like 2-3 minutes, it's done. You don't need to cook it longer or it's going to get tough and rubbery. And that's when shrimp really disappoints. So let's grab our last things here. I have 3 tablespoons of water in here. Grab a spoon. 3 tablespoons of cold, not warm, 3 tablespoons of cold water, and 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. That is our thickener, the water and the cornstarch. That's going into this leftover shrimp marinade. That was like garlic, lemon, soy sauce. Remember that shrimp juice there. Oh gosh, does this smell good. I feel so bad you guys can't taste and smell this. We got to fix that button on your computer. Like a smelly zoom option or something. The shrimp here, we just got 1 or 2 that are looking a little bit gray and see-through, but we're really talking just like 2-3 minutes and these shrimp are going to be done. They are so quick. Just about done. This is the time when we are going to be putting in this marinade. This is the leftover shrimp marinade. That's the lemon and the soy. I dumped in 3 tablespoons of water that was cold and mixed with a teaspoon of cornstarch. That's going in here. The shrimp have their own little seasoning on them. So the pan is hot. Somebody missed that one. That shrimp didn't get cleaned quite good on a Friday afternoon there. See, the sauce that I poured in was watery, and now it's already a thick glaze. It's going to be like a thick lemony glaze on the shrimp, kind of shiny looking. Oh, yum. So the shrimp is beautiful. It's got like a nice thick lemony glazy sauce on it. Whoosh, in go those zucchini and the peppers and the onions, that good stuff we just got done cooking. Yummo. Turn off the heat. It's done cooking already, guys. It's that quick and easy. So we're just going to toss the shrimp with the zucchini ribbons and the peppers and the onions. No kidding, this really literally is, even with getting the shrimp out, and you know, if you have the shrimp defrosted, you can have this in the table like in 20 minutes. This is ridiculously fast. It's a nice fresh summer meal. Just awesome. Love serving this. Just do not get tired of this. And like I said, you don't like shrimp or you want to change it up, use chicken. Chicken strips you could cook very quickly too, or treat them the same way, marinate them a little bit and give them a quick fry until they're nice and completely white inside done. Nobody likes medium raw chicken. So that is our lovely dish. Let's grab a plate, a spoon, and this is, well, I'd say 2 starving people could eat this, but 3 to 4, you know, polite serving, I guess you'd call it. If you're super hangry and like you are really, really hungry, it may not be that many. But this is just an absolute fabulous summer meal. And what's cool about it is it also tastes pretty good cold, packed up in a lunch or just eaten the next day with a scoop of rice or quinoa or something with it. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? That's our zucchini and yellow squash ribbons with the spiced shrimp, lemon, and just a fabulous 20-minute easy dinner. So let's get this cleaned up and we'll start our next zucchini dish. Be back in a flash. Okay, back, cleaning up and ready for our next video. We are now making the zucchini sweet corn fritters, pancakes, latkes, whatever you like to call them. Fritters I think of as like apple dessert kind of thing that's deep fried and it's just soaked in fat. So I hesitate to call them fritters because those are often deep fried. These are going to be pan fried and just a little bit of oil, so they definitely are not going to be greasy and they're not going to be something heavy and regretful to eat. But these are great little tiny appetizers. They're great actually for breakfast with some poached eggs or something with them. They're great. They're a nice light lunch on a hot day. And again, another great way to use up zucchini. So perfect in summer when you're looking in late July, August, and you get the perfect sweet corn. That's like the best time to do this. But we are going to be doing this today. We're going to switch up, use a little bit of avocado oil and just a little tiny spoonful here. And we are going to saute to begin with. Some chopped up onion. I happen to have red onion. If you had white, yellow onion, that's fine too. I'm going to saute that onion because these cook so quickly. I don't want to just put raw onion right into the batter. I want to give it a little chance to cook so it softens up and it's a little milder. And here we have 2 corn cobs worth of corn kernels cut off the cob. And we're just putting that right in the pan, and we want to give a chance to kind of saute that. A little bit of husk in there. And we want to get that going on reasonably high heat here because we just want to get a little cooking done with it, a little browning, a little bit of starchiness cooked out of the corn. We don't necessarily want this, cooked to death. We're just going to give it a little bit of head start before it goes into the whole batter. You could use frozen corn, just defrost, like I'd say like a heaping cup and a half of it, and defrost it and get any excess water out of it. You could use that. Otherwise, using a corn cob and a chef knife, it's just a matter of cutting down the side of the cob like that and cutting off those kernels. So that's really nothing more glamorous than that. I know they make all kinds of special corn cob gizmos that you press down, and if your corn cob's just the right size and it's nice and straight, those probably work okay. I don't know. I don't like one-shot gizmos that you can't use for other things. So if you like that kind of thing though, boy, they got pomegranate cutters, avocado cutters, and they got corn cob kernel removers. So just taking the kernels off the cob like that. I always get a kick out of some of these. There's like a banana peeler slicer storage thing, and I always thought, don't bananas kind of come with their own storage unit? They're kind of in a storage unit, and once you peel it off, you're eating it anyway. But anyway, I digress. There's a whole market out there for all kinds of cool things for the kitchen that, if you like cooking, there's all kinds of fun toys to play with. All right, we are steaming here hot. Getting that corn and the onion cooked up a little bit here. And while that is cooking, let's get our batter ready to go with our dry ingredients. And of course, the star of the show here is the zucchini. Now this was one really large zucchini or 2, kind of medium zucchini, but I shredded them and just had them sitting here draining. And there's some liquid coming off of here, but you definitely want to get as much liquid as you can. And you can wrap this in a clean kitchen towel and squeeze it. Roll it in paper towels. Have nice clean hands, you can just squeeze, and you can see the water comes right out of there like that. So it doesn't hurt to give your zucchini a squeeze and get that little bit of extra water out of there. This is pretty dry zucchini. There isn't much coming out of here, but a little bit in that bunch. You can squeeze that right out of there if you got strong hands. Otherwise, like I said, wind it up in a kitchen towel. There we go. There's the rest of that water I wanted to see come out of there. Some people salt it to draw the water out. But then you got to rinse it to get the salt out, and then you're putting water back in it. So I guess I'd rather just kind of give it a good squeeze either by hand or wrapped up in a towel. And you could see the green water that came out of the zucchini. Hey, if you're really health conscious, pour that in your blender and in your smoothie, right? Don't waste that. You go to work or you go to the gym and people are like, ooh, that green smoothie, is that like, you know, pineapple and spinach? You're like, no, it's zucchini juice. And just see how people kind of back away from you. I wish I could put kale in a smoothie and like it. I haven't evolved that high. Maybe I will someday. All right, we got corn that's a little bit caramelized. Yum, adds a fabulous flavor. The onions are softened up a bit. I'm just going to put this on a plate and let it cool down a little bit because we don't want it burning hot when we add it to the batter here. So let's just let it cool for a minute or so. Scrape it out of the pan. All right, we're going to give the pan a quick swipe here. All right, we got our zucchini squeezed. We got the extra liquid out of here. Now I am going to mix the dry ingredients up, and that would be a half a cup of flour, a half of a cup of yellow cornmeal, like you would make corn muffins or cornbread from, not the real big, thick, chunky, crunchy polenta. You want like the fine cornmeal, or like you'd use to bread fish with, that kind of cornmeal. And let's see, we need, we need, oh, where did I put my salt now? We need baking soda. Salt almost bit me here. Let's get our 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. You want just a little bit of leavening power in here. All right. We're going to do about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You can always add more, but we're going to start with a 1/4 cup. And you can stir that up. So you got your flour, cornmeal, your leavening, salt. Whoosh, don't stir too hard. You got stuff flying all over. Food Network is not calling right now. They're like, you're a slob. You're way too messy. We're going to get a little bit of oil back in this pan again. And we're going to fry. Now I'm putting like a tablespoon of oil versus like frying these in deep fat, like inches of oil. So we're really cutting it way back from what it could be. That spatula cleaned off there. All right, get that oil around the pan. So as I said, we got our dry ingredients going on here. Now we need our wet ingredients. I have 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk and 1 egg. Plop the egg into your buttermilk. The buttermilk provides a nice tang. Let's scramble up that buttermilk and the egg. All right, that's going into our dry ingredients, just like you're making pancake batter. We're putting in, oh, let's see, 1 clove of minced garlic. You could also use garlic powder if you prefer that. We have our zucchini. That's going in. And we got the corn and onion mixture. Ooh, yum. We got a lot of good stuff going on here. These are really tasty. It's just enough batter to kind of hold all the goodies together. Now you can imagine this would be really pretty with a little bit of minced red pepper in there. That would be gorgeous. Give it a little extra color zing. If you like, you could put Parmesan cheese all over these babies. That would be very tasty. Matter of fact, at the end, I think I will. I'm going to throw a little cheddar on these at the end. Parmesan, cheddar, either one is very nice with these. We're just getting it stirred so it is blended up well here. So check for any lumps on the bottom of dry stuff. No, looks like we're pretty good here. So you're looking at a zucchini corn pancake batter. Thick, lots of veggies, right? Just enough to hold it together with a little bit of batter. And the cornmeal in there adds a nice crunch too. We got our oil. We want it nice and hot again. You don't want to add this to a cold pan. do like 1/4 cup measure. Put little patties in here. Oh, yum. These are so good. So there you go, like your little patties in the pan. Let's get this out of the way. I'm going to go grab that cheese. Coming for you, cheese. But what would we be in Wisconsin without cheese on our zucchini? So while that's cooking, one last quick thing we're going to do. And this is like already practically prepped and mixed. All we got to do is just stir it together in the pan here. A little crazy there. Got our bowl. We're going to mix up. We got diced cherry tomatoes, cilantro, fresh lime. I got a little bit of leftover red minced onion. I'm making a real small quantity of pico here. You can do a much bigger quantity. These are just kind of a rough amounts we'd like to do here. Chopped red onion. You can also do green onion if that's what you happen to have in the house. You don't have to be fussy here. Ooh, these are ready to turn already. And like a pancake, whoop, flip them over. Let's get underneath this one here. Oh my goodness, look at those beautiful golden brown. Yum! These are going to be so delicious. So, I have chopped up red and yellow cherry tomatoes with some red onion. Summertime, any tomato is a good tomato. Oh, fresh local in-season tomatoes, it doesn't get any better. Here we have some yellow bell pepper I happen to have left from another project. Well, in it goes, right? If you guys ever want like just like a knife skills video or something like that for Appleton schools, let me know. We're always looking for ideas, and definitely submit to your wellness person. Hey, we'd like to see this or that or anything specific. Always throw ideas our way. I love the surveys and the information coming back from you guys, because heaven knows I'm just an amateur videographer here, and I appreciate all the feedback about what we're covering and if it's stuff you're really interested in, because we're just trying to give you healthy, easy, practical stuff. And now that it's summer, we're focusing on your garden. We're focusing on the farm market, CSA box, your neighbor's garden that always overproduces and you get a lot of cast-offs. That's all good stuff, right? Free often, and for sure, local, healthy, seasonal. Doesn't get any better than that. As how you like to eat. What grows together goes together. Corn, tomatoes, basil. Yeah, that stuff all goes together, right? Because it grows in season together. Just like pumpkins and squash and all that cranberries and pears, all that fall stuff goes together so well. One last thing we're going to season our pico with. Once you cut cilantro, it's like it's all over everybody and everything. If you're not a cilantro fan, you can certainly just put some fresh parsley in here or chives. Just the fresh herbs are nice. Just to get something fresh and green in there, it just really adds its summery spin on it. So some fresh lime squeezed on there. And a little bit of salt on the pico. And that really is it. That is your fresh tomato pico. If it doesn't go on here, for heaven's sakes, grab some tortilla chips and start scooping this up with tortilla chips. Throw in a chopped avocado. Oh my gosh, some pineapple in here, mango. You can't go wrong. Just fresh, beautiful pico. Not salsa vajay that's been cooked, but fresh pico. Does not get any better than that. All right, let's get our plate here. We are ready to eat. We have a white plate to put on our lovely zucchini fritters. Here we go. Golden, beautiful zucchini, corn, little fritter cakes. Close up there. All right. We got fresh pico de gallo. Oh, I can't wait to eat this. I wish I could share it with you guys. Oh my gosh, this is so amazingly delicious. And just for a fun topper, I have a little bit of Greek yogurt here, plain Greek yogurt or sour cream. Look at that. And you can brown your cakes. You can mix a little cheddar in with the cake if you would like to have that cheese kind of brown up on the outside of the cake. I would sprinkle it on there, like when you're ready to flip the cake, put some cheese on that uncooked side and then flip it, and it's going to like grill that cheese right on there. That's a really great tasty way to do it. We're just going to sprinkle some on top here just because, well, that's how we're doing it. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, this is so delicious. These are your zucchini corn fritter cakes with fresh pico de gallo, a little dab of Greek yogurt, some cheese on there. Oh my gosh, this is so delicious. What a great, easy supper, brunch, even with eggs for breakfast. Perfect meal. So there you got it, 2 zucchini innovative recipes for summer that you guys can enjoy. Eating fresh produce, eat lighter, brighter, more fresh vegetables and fruits in summer. Go for it. It's the perfect season. Keep you hydrated and healthy. So thanks for joining me. I am Healthy Chef Shelley Platten, here to serve you with cooking videos at Appleton Schools. So thank you, everybody. Have a great summer, and we'll be back with more videos. Be well.